The Northwest Area Education Agency continues to lose staff to comply with a bill passed by the Iowa legislature and signed by the governor to overhaul AEAs statewide. During tonight's Northwest AEA board meeting, 2 staff members within the Creative Service Department were let go because of workforce reductions due to that bill. It was House File 2612. Under it, school districts, not the AEAs, will eventually control 100% of funds for professional learning and media services, with local districts also gaining another 10% share of special education funds. The Northwest AEA board also voted to unanimously accept the retirement of 1 employee and the resignations of 4 other employees. Northwest AEA's chief administrator says they've lost 12 to 13% of their staff since that bill was signed into law.
Sad, frustrated, and other feelings along those lines, because they are great people who provided great services to families, to schools, to teachers, and to kids throughout Northwest Iowa, and I hate to see them go. And yet I understand the realities of the change and the way that it impacts different employees' family situations, and they have to make a decision that's right for them.
So here's the breakdown of the shift in funding and services from AEAs to school districts. Those districts will get 60% of general education and media services funding in the next school year. Then in 2025, districts will have full control of those funds. Also in the fall of 2025, all Iowa school districts will get 10% of funding for special education. AEAs, though, will be guaranteed to get the other 90%.